Good evening, everybody. Little technical difficulties here, but welcome to a special Monday night quick edition of IncrediChat Live. And tonight we're going to do a little promoting here for our good buddy Gary Sohmers. As you saw in the stream, I'm just going to stick it right back up here again. We've got the weekend of fun happening at the Northeast Comic-Con Collectibles.
Gary Sohmers. As you saw
What
in
the
the
heck?
stream,
Why am I hearing my name
here again? We've got
not my
the weekend
name.
of fun happening at the Northeast Comic-Con Collectibles.
Very funny. What a weird feed that was. Grassia is laughing. Let's just bring in our guests. We have really the star of the Northeast Comic-Cons welcoming him, and we'll talk about my horrible technical things tonight. Let's welcome Gary Sohmers in here. But Gary, welcome. Where are you, Gary?
Hello,
there he is.
And Mike.
There he is.
Are you Mike or Michael? Confuse me.
I am Mike.
Hi, Mike. Aloha. I know you.
Aloha.
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 This is my brother, Mike. Mike is my brother. We're twins, as you can tell by looking at the picture. We're born at the same day, different moms. We both know aloha, but look at us. Aren't we brothers?
We are. You have the short. I have the short hair. You have the long hair. It's great.
You're wearing the ponytail tonight, and I'm not.
Yes. Nobody can see it, but it's back there.
It's back there. Party in the back,
And you run an awesome show, Northeast Comic-Con, which has been going on how many years?
Well, the collectibles extravaganzas began in 1985 and evolved. We added the name Northeast Comic-Con in 2014.
And you guys have been going strong 2 or 3 times a year at least. And we'll talk about all the other good stuff that you have coming on, because it's not just going to be comics anymore going forward, other good things. But tonight, to also add to our little triumvirate here, our trifecta, if you will, who will be up there doing some hosting duties, our good buddy, Michael Grassia. Grassia.
Gets me confused. Mike and Michael. Okay, we got it.
Michael. Right.
Yes, I've always preferred Michael. Yes.
The younger one is Mike.
Not by many months, though.
So, anyways, this is going to be and I call whatever. I'm just Grassia. That makes my life easier. Grassia. This is Grassia's first Northeast Comic-Con weekend of fun extravaganza, guaranteed fun. Gary, share with Grassia, because I know he's got questions, and everybody watching. What are some of the things that they are going to be having this go round at your show?
What, you've never been to a Comic-Con, Mike? You don't know what goes on?
Oh, I've been to many Comic-Cons. I've just never been to yours, and I hear it's amazing.
Oh, it's guaranteed not boring and free parking. So
that's my favorite part.
So first off, we have stuff. I mean, what show would be cool without stuff? We got more stuff than brains. Got about 100 vendors and artists, and we mostly specialize in vintage stuff, pre-1995, although to me, vintage is pre-1975, but to the generation that's buying vintage now, pre-1995 is vintage. So we have a really great array of toys and comics, investment quality stuff, available at reasonable prices from funny dealers and credible dealers too. But the funny ones are better to do business with. Instead of the guys that are sitting there on the phone looking at their phone, you go, how much is this? And they snarl off $20. We have fun. Our show is a lot of fun. So we have fun dealers. We have a lot of great cosplay with Zombie Leader raising money for leukemia and lymphoma foundations. We have a create a character contest each Saturday and Sunday where we're looking for cosplay with a backstory, people that have something creative to contribute to just a bunch of clothing and masks and stilts or whatever they're wearing. They have a backstory, so we try and create that. We have a bunch of great artists. The one and only Joe St. Pierre, who is the #1 Spider-Man cover artist. He's got more #1 cover. He's got more Spider-Man covers than anybody else. Wow. He has designed two different limited edition exclusive 60th anniversary of Spider-Man posters, prints. One of them is Spidey eats anywhere he wants, with Spidey eating ramen on the side of a building. And the other one is a mashup. See, Joe St. Pierre also does the Cousteau Foundation underwater, the marine animals comic book.
Yeah.
And so he's done a Sharknado Spider-Man because we have Tara Reid going to be there as our special guest. So Spider-Man and Sharknado for Tara Reid and Joe St. Pierre. It's going to be a lot of fun. So then we got a lot of other celebrity guests like John Wesley Shipp, The Flash, Nicole Kang, who is Poison Ivy on Batwoman. We have my dear friend Candy Clark from American Graffiti, and she actually naked with David Bowie in The Man Who Fell to Earth. So she could tell you stories about that. And then it was really a pleasure. Marta Kristen from Lost in Space, who's been a dear friend for many years, introduced me to Vernon Wells from Mad Max and Weird Science and Commando. He's just a great guy. So our celebrity guests are real friendly and fun. Then we have music. We have concerts. The Harp Twins. I don't know if you've seen the Harp Twins, but they're gorgeous to look at, and musically they're phenomenal. They do Led Zeppelin on twin electric harps and stuff, other kinds of music, and it's great. They'll be performing each day, and Saturday night we have the Fools and Tsunami of Sound for the after party. Friday night, Cowboy Mock Bell from Joe Perry's band. The Joe Perry Project will be leading karaoke with the stars. So if you want to sing with one of the talent that's at the show, Friday you go up and talk to them, give them money, and then you sing with them Friday night. But yeah, I'm telling you, did I say it was not boring? Did I mention there's free parking? That is true. Both in the same place.
Well, and and this is what I was saying to Grassia is and that's why I'm excited for him to be going there, because your show, Gary, and I've told you this many times, it's probably, it's in the hotel, but the thing is, everybody is there. Oh, you forgot to mention Tim Clark, who's a mutual friend of ours. We all know.
I didn't even go down the list of that whole.
Oh my God! But the best part of your show, Gary, and it's for the people who are coming as attendees, and it's for all the vendors, it's for all the celebrity guests, the artists, everybody who's there. If you spend the whole weekend there, it really, just in this amazing sense, I like to call it like a sense of family that's there, because you don't have to leave the venue at all. Get your hotel. What's the deal with are there rooms still available if people want?
No, we sold out.
Of course.
But because that's the whole thing is people have learned that you come in there, you put all your cosplay in there, and you put your merch in there every time and you just kind of go from one activity to the next, and you go back to your room, you go swim in the pool. It's all enclosed in one big giant resort hotel. And so you kind of feel like you're on a cruise ship, and there's really no reason to leave.
Really? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they got the restaurant there, the bar there. Everything you need is there, and that's the best part of, I think, Northeast Comic-Con is that whole inclusive thing. And like you said, you want to do something with one of the celebrities, you want to sing with somebody, you go throw them a couple of bucks, and you can do that.
I think it's more than a couple of bucks. I don't know if you've met these celebrities these days, but you can pay me a couple of bucks and I won't get on. I'm $1,000 to get on stage.
Anybody who's watching now, Grassia, he sings for free. So just go up and tell him he wants. Grassia will sing.
No, I won't.
We're hopeful that some of the big stars will get up on stage. It's happened many times. I mean, Barry Williams, Mickey Dolenz, all these great people get up on stage and sing with fans. Marta Kristen at the last one was singing with fans. It was just so much fun.
Well, the last, the one that I didn't come to the last one. I was at with you guys in July. Butch Patrick went up and did the Munster Mash, which is great. Yeah. Munster Mash was a lot of fun.
Tell me about that.
One of Grassia's duties is there. He's going to be doing some great interviews. Let's talk about some of the artists. And who are you going to be working with, Grassia?
Well, on Friday night, I'm talking with Guy Gilchrist and Tim Jones about comic strips and the comics of modern, the working process of modern comic strips today. I'm actually friends with Tim, and I love his strip Sour Grapes. On Saturday, I'm just actually going to be pulling up my my list here.
Just the concept of comic strips and why Michael is doing that. You know, why I always have strip artists is because it all began with strips. Before there were superheroes, before there's anything, there were strips. And so the fact that strips still exist, Guy Gilchrist has been doing strips for 50 years. You know? These are type things, and I was lucky enough to work with Elizabeth Falk and the Lee Falk collection, and got to really delve deeply into the Phantom and Mandrake strips and the whole strip culture and the whole strip process. And Michael's just pointing out that the future, the 21st century of strips, there aren't hundreds and thousands of newspapers every day. And the strip business has changed, but strips still exist. And
they do. I'm sorry. I'm a strip artist myself. I've actually had my strip on hiatus. I'm going to be bringing it. I'm an illustrator and animator. I've always considered myself, though, more of a comic strip artist over a comic book artist. I love that, so I'm very excited to talk with both of them. I'm a fan of both of their work. And you just mentioned the Phantom, and I'm going to be talking with Keith Williams on Saturday on the main stage from 11:15 till noon. And I've met Keith a bunch of times. He's a wonderful inker. He inked the Phantom strip back in, I believe, in the late 90s and early 2000s. I've met him actually in like 2000, 2001. But I'm a huge Phantom fan. I even have a little like Phantom Captain action figure behind me. Hold on, I'll just pull it up.
Let's see what's left. We're going to do a live appraisal now with this Phantom Captain.
So it's like a Captain Action figure.
The original? Is that the original one?
I don't know what year this was from. I bought it at a toy show for a little over $100.
I hope it's an original.
I hope it was too, because then I was ripped off. But
well, I won't embarrass you and pull out the original 1930s comic art. Okay,
I would love to see that. But our panel is actually not just on the Phantom, but it's on the history. I'm just reading it here so I get it right. The history and legacy of the first generation of superheroes. So I'm gonna talk a lot about the Phantom with Keith, but I do want to talk about other characters of that era. He's a great wealth of knowledge. I've actually had him on my show, Get In Toon, and we talked about a lot of stuff. I mean, this guy knows so much about comics and is just one of the nicest guys you could ever meet.
Depth of knowledge is really there. And again, part of the show's, the big thing about our show is it's not just fun. This is about careers in the creative arts.
Yes.
We try and show all of the next generation all of these different opportunities to have a career in the creative arts. It's just a focus of everything we do, whether it's you want to be an artist, and like Michael says, you know, I'm a strip artist, but I'm also an animator and I do this and that, because those are all the different things you have to do to be able to find and make a career in this. So we have all of those different types of people here, and Michael will be interviewing people who can then give young people an idea of what do you got to do? How do you start? And of course, you're going to tell them practice.
Yeah, actually, the careers in the creative arts. There's a roundtable discussion on Sunday. And I don't know the artists that are going to be on there yet.
Me either. We're gonna talk.
Okay,
to them.
We'll figure that out. You know, Saturday afternoon though, I got a really fun one: The Art of the Bizarre. So I'm going to be talking with Tim Clark, the creator of the Boglins. And then I'm not familiar with this guy, but I'm looking forward to talking to him. I've been looking up his work. Joe, is it pronounced Souza?
It's Souza, not Grassia, not Sousa.
Yeah,
just
he's yeah, but no, he has the Monstache Gus, Gus creator.
No, you're not from around here, so
no, I'm not.
It's Monster. It's like if you from Boston, you pronounce it as Monster.
Okay, sorry.
STAH or ER, it don't matter. It's Monster. So he created this monster concept. He's a 3D artist, but also a print artist and a flat artist. So the interesting thing is that this character he created and started sculpting on in so many different ways has really grown out to be a kind of a cult craft item. And I think the difference between a lot of the craft items on the circuit at Comic-Cons and what Joe does is he's created a character that could evolve to be comic books and animation, kind of like Tim did 30 years ago, or you know what I mean? So that's where the bridge right there is saying you can do this. You got a creative idea, work it, practice it, break it, fix it, keep doing it, don't stop. Eventually everyone will laugh at you and they'll give you money.
And that's the best thing. And you talk about crafting because there's again the amount of people that you have at the show. So crafting, Kim will be with you guys again. Kim's got crafts, right? That's how.
No, Kim won't be with. No, Kim's not there.
No, Kim's not with you this round. Oh no.
No, we don't have the kids' craft room this time. We had to shut that down because of the COVID protocols. And since we just found out last week that we no longer have masks or vaccines required, we didn't do that. It just wasn't practical to do it in the last without knowing. I mean, we didn't even know whether we were going to have proof of vax or masks. Literally on Saturday last week, the Foxborough town dropped their mandates. Okay, thanks, but we can't promote, we can't plan otherwise unless they tell us. So
it would have been good. It would have been good to know right earlier. But
it would have been, I'm happy that the numbers are down and the vaccinations are up, and there's going to be plenty of other crafters there showing off their work. So I'm just saying that what Joe Souza does is developing a product similar to the way Tim developed a product. And I think that a lot of other crafters and young people will be able to learn that there's a process of coming up with an idea. What do you do next? And then what do you do next? And then how do you make that successful? They all want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah, no, and you know what? That's my fun stuff to talk about. I love talking about the craft, the process. That's one of the reasons I started my own In Toon show, so I could just talk with artists and get to know their work and talk about the work and stuff. It's a blast. And I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was just gonna say one of the things that I'm really interested in process. Whoa. I'm sorry, my door just slammed shut. Wind from the other side. But my last,
I did that from here, just so you know.
The last panel I got on Sunday from 11:45 to 12:30. I'm talking with fantasy and fine artists Bob Eggleton and Marianne Plumridge, who I've looked at their work, and I'm a big fantasy geek. I mean, you can see the Lord of the Rings poster behind me on that side. I got Fazette up on my walls. I'm a huge fantasy geek. So seeing their work, looking at it, I have some fun questions for them.
Well, Bob Eggleton is a multiple award winner all the way back for 30 years in the science fiction category. He does books. He does album covers. He did Magic the Gathering cards when it first started. He was one of those artists that created the dragons and all that stuff. He did Godzilla for Sony and Toho and for everybody. I mean, he gives me goosebumps just watching him do a 5-minute sketch going, woo, 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 look, King Kong. Whoa.
His work is gorgeous. I was looking online and trying to find like his work and Marianne's work, and just I was just in awe of it, you know. And some of it,
a whole other career in the creative arts that people don't realize. You can be a fantasy artist. I mean, and there's so many genres and so many needs now for different types of art. And that's just another aspect.
Yeah, and you know that you're talking about all these different aspects of art too, and it's another panel. I know you're not doing it, Grassia, but you got Jeff Klein there and Darby Pop, and how to pitch a show, because Jeff Klein, he worked over at Sony Animation for many years on Dragon Tales.
He did G.I. Joe. He did Transformers. He did Godzilla, Men in Black, Jackie Chan. And currently he's doing a Magic the Gathering for Netflix.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Nobody knows. That's a secret. I just told you, but I can't tell you anymore. I have to kill you.
Well, I was looking up all the artists, everybody on there. I was looking up their background and stuff. So
it's a great group of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very impressed by a lot of everyone that you have coming on.
Well, thank you. Like, did I mention guaranteed not boring and free parking?
But that's the beauty of this show in particular is, and everybody is accessible. Even at its busiest, there's a chance for you to go and sit by someone, talk to somebody, and learn about whatever it is. Like if you want to talk to Jeff Klein, if you want to talk to Keith Williams, if you want to talk to John Wesley Shipp, everybody's very accessible. Nobody's rushing you through. You get to see everybody and spend time with there. And if you're there for the whole weekend, I mean, you could eat dinner with some of these people. Who the heck knows, right?
Well, usually at night, from what I heard, although I'm not participating, a lot of people drinking a lot of stuff in the bar at night and having a good time. Although I did hear that the guy from Antiques Roadshow is there giving free appraisals all weekend too. So bring your comic books and your toys and your pop culture, and I guarantee you the guy from Antiques Roadshow will be there and will be giving free appraisals.
Well, so and it's funny you bring that up because I want to ask you this question.
Free appraisal, I knew that. Go ahead.
Free. No, so
no, it's okay. They're free.
This world that we live in, so thrift shops, flea markets, things like that. I was having this conversation with my parents, right? So my parents are from the generation of like their parents where it's like the porcelain dolls, the Hummels, the collector's plates. Is there still a market from that now? Or like you go like down here where I live in New York, we have the Stormville Flea Market. I don't know if you've ever been down here before.
Been there a lot. Loved it.
So, and lots of people have like a lot of these, I guess, bric-a-brac, tchotchke items, right? But is it me or people don't care about Hummels? People would rather find the Marvel Comics figures or the comic books or the vinyl records. Like what has shifted in that market? Is there still a market for that other stuff?
So I call it, and I invented this term back in the 1980s. I call it the nostalgia curve. There's this kind of a curve. It goes up like this, and everything kind of peaks in a nostalgia way and then kind of drops off as the generation dies off, grows older, doesn't need stuff, moves into smaller spaces, has to kind of purge. So during this nostalgia curve, there's the build of the demand, and then at the point where it peaks, it's worth the most money. It's got the most demand. But then there becomes a time when it starts to drift off. Now, what causes it to bubble back up again? Media. Marvel Comics did not have a steady rise of the nostalgia curve. It's had a peak, and then it's peaked again. Then it peaks again. Now it's on a trajectory up as an investment grade product. Unfortunately, 5% of all the comic books out there are investment grade. 95% of them are readers. They're good for filling your collection. They mass produce many of them. Condition might not be there, but the drive for people to find something that they can make a huge profit on is part of the equation. So why are Hummels not valuable? It's because most of the people that grew up with Hummels and felt a nostalgia for them are on a fixed income or dead. So therefore, there's a less demand, larger supply. There are still some Hummels that will sell for hundreds of dollars, but most will sell in the $10 to $20 range. And there are people that still want them. You talk about collector's plates. I call them skeet. You just pull them and shoot them. But again, they're in the $5 range when they were $500 at one point. So now you take anything that has style or artistic qualities beyond its nostalgia value. So therefore, you could take something and you look at it and you go, I don't know anybody who would want a vacuum cleaner from the 1940s, but man, that looks like a rocket ship. I need that. So that all of a sudden changes the context where style and shape and design drive new markets where somebody who's 25 goes, I don't know what I'm ever going to do with that vacuum cleaner, but man, it's going to sit in my room because it looks like a rocket ship. So that whole different thinking. And then media. Let's go to media. Media drives demand, no matter what anybody thinks, and it's no longer commercials and that say, Only 12 payments of $19.99 and this giant porcelain doll will be yours. Oh, by the way, we're sending you one every month. No, they don't do that anymore. Instead, they're driving demand by saying, well, here's the list of the Marvel movies that are coming out next 5 years. I suggest you buy in now on each of these products because when the movie comes out, they're going to go up in value. So they're driving demand without having to buy that kind of advertising. Good old social media. Thank you, internet. What's the next lucky subject? So that way somebody like Kevin Eastman can launch a new Turtles product, capitalizing on the 90s generation that's now old enough to buy back their youth. Not only buy back their youth, they're now telling their children about it and giving that nostalgia curve another bump. And then so each of these different influences on the market and on the people changes what products are in the most demand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Because I mean, essentially, like if Disney, I'll be humorous here. If Disney Plus said, "Hey, we're going to do a Hummels movie," all those Hummels will shoot up in value again.
Absolutely. And so now here's the kicker: Lego. Okay, now back 5 years ago, Lego was worthless. Pretty much, you buy it by the pound.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you go to flea market, you can buy bins for $5 because they were building toys kids played with. Then all of a sudden, a couple of those Lego sets from years ago that had the little minifigs all of a sudden started to go for hundreds of dollars. Now the original Lego Star Wars ones from 15 years ago are going for thousands of dollars because nobody kept them complete. Everyone played them, and who didn't lose at least some of the parts? You know, I mean, they're Lego. So now there's a huge market in Legos. Again, you have these sub marketplaces, the Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and these trading cards. That's a whole sub market that comes and goes and grows and changes when something new happens or new records are set. Now everything's graded. Now you can get your cards graded, your video games graded, your action figures graded, sealed in plastic, and now they're graded and sealed in plastic, and you can't play with it, but it's going to go up in value, or so you hope. So this is a whole new avenue of collectibles and kind of like preserving the nostalgia for all time capsuling it.
Well, and that you bring up a good point like that. So again, you talk about Lego. Let's even go back to the late 70s, early 80s with the Star Wars figures, right? All those Star Wars figures are worth something now, or a good amount of them. Not
oh no, you got mint on card Star Wars figures from 77 to 83.
You're golden.
I mean, I have to say that back in the 80s, when I was buying cases and cases of Star Wars, Empire, and Jedi action figures and Power of the Force and selling them for $20, thinking I was cashing in because I'm paying $3 and selling for $20, are all now thousands of dollars each. So,
But that's the thing, is like you have people, and so like I collect the Star Wars, for instance. But the point of the stuff is open it, because all these people people who are like thinking, ooh, this is gonna be like the 1980s again. I'm gonna hold off and keep my figures sealed. But in 20, 30 years from now, there's gonna be thousands of these figures still sealed because all the guys our age never opened them.
Again, now here we go back to the variations. Now, one of the problems that it's been going on forever is what's called variations. It's just manufacturing toys. So they put one arm wrong on it, or a color is wrong, or something's wrong, or the print's wrong, or this didn't go to, there's a misprint. Now, all of a sudden, it's called a variation. Now, you opened the variation. Oh my God, you just turned a $500 toy into a $5 toy versus, you can open up a toy. If you look and you got 30 of them and they're all the same, sure, open it. Even if you have two and you don't check the marketplace to see if you have the two variants of 5 that slipped out, the internet gives you all that knowledge now. In the old days, we didn't have that. We had to wait till Toy Shop magazine came out at the end of the month that said, oh, look, somebody found a variant in Iowa. Oh, man, now we know there's variants. Oh, now we got to look. So you go to the store and you go through all the racks looking for the variants, and then there was the pack counters. You go and you count the box. So each box in every Target and Walmart and it used to be Toys R Us and whatever they were called, Child World, yeah. The guys who open the boxes, they count, they go, oh, look, there's only 2 of this female, and there's 12 of this, and there's 12 of that. And they just pull them, and then they put them right up on eBay, and poof, that's created the market. So, it's just a wacky game. And then the Ty and the Beanie Baby craze came along. And so here, people were able to find out how many they made and where they went, and then they just manipulated that. Poor saps that were buying.
Now it's Funko.
Yeah.
Funko is the thing now. The variables. Again, it comes down to the variables. If you can prove that there's less of them than another, that's the whole trip on it is, there's only 200 of these made, except for the 400 that fell off the back of the truck, and the 7,000 that we're selling, who knows? But again, they're paying crazy money, and no one takes it out of the box.
Yeah.
Oh, I have mine all out of the box.
Good job. Good job. Thanks. That made mine worth more. But anyway.
That's fine. I'm not looking for value on my Funkos. I'm looking for the enjoyment of them.
So the thing is I think that really the capitalizing on Funkos is the celebrity guests that now remark and personalize and draw on them. And that I think is a value. I think no matter if you got a generic Funko and you get the artist who did the character or the person who played the character to sign it and draw on it, I think that's a great value. So I mean, I have action figures signed by Adam West and people, because I thought that was cool. But that's just for me personally. Just like you like to open yours, I like to get mine signed by somebody who was involved in the show.
Now let me ask you this, because again, this is good for your show now too. So I buy my Flash action figure, right? So I pull this guy out. I'm gonna pull him right out here, right? So I got this. Maybe somebody will have this great Flash action figure at your show, right? This was the we know who that is, of course.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that the John Wesley Shipp one, or is that the Grant?
It is John.
Okay.
Right? So now I get John to do this, right? Which is great.
Exactly.
Now let me just ask you, and this is good because John's going to be at the show. Somebody brings this. If you're looking to save it as something that's going to be a collector's, how much does personalization add or detract from that?
Well, it depends.
And there's a Funko.
Buying it for resale, having it made out to John or Mary or some name that's common is not going to hurt it, because there's always that value that you could sell it to somebody with a common name. An uncommon name is not going to add any value to it. If you're only thinking about it for resale, do not have it personalized. Take a photo of them signing it. Take a photo with the person when you're there, holding it, signed. Those are the types of things. But, now, just like we were saying with the grading, there's services that authenticate. You saw it with your own eyes. But if a third party who nobody knows signs a thing that says that they saw it signed, that adds credibility. I don't get it. I'm not credible, but some guy you don't know is credible. I don't think is. But anyway, we have a service, the CGC facilitator, called the One Stop Shop Comics, and they're there with people that will go and do the certificate so that you can get a cert from CGC authenticating it. Same with the comic book artists and stuff like that. Now, I don't invest in any of that CGC stuff because I think I'm pretty good authenticator. If I see it signed in front of me, it's real. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You don't believe me? I don't care. I'll keep it. Go away.
Somebody else would buy it from you.
It wouldn't even matter. I've got a bin full of autographs that people sign for me at the shows as part of the deal. Oftentimes I get a deal with the celebrities where I buy a stack of autographs from them, so I can resell them. And so I have them there, and somebody goes, well, how do I know this is really signed? And on the back is a flyer from the show and a certificate signed by me. If I'm not good enough for you, then I'm sorry. Go find somebody else.
See, and ladies and gentlemen who are watching this, and I see Susie Hulse, Tips Moms. Hey, how you doing there? Susie is saying, hey, Gary.
Aloha, Suze.
But, and this is the fun of the show up there. These are the things you get to do.
Well, yeah, we just talk on and on about stupid things all the time. It's just fun.
Yeah. So no, I mean, this is an amazing weekend up in Massachusetts, not Vermont, like I messed up earlier. Jesus, Massachusetts, Boxborough, Massachusetts.
Yep.
And again,
Not Foxborough where the Patriots play. Boxborough with a B. It's kind of central north where 495 hits Route 2. It's a resort-style hotel with an indoor pool, but the hotel's sold out, so hope you brought your bathing suit anyway. But anyway, cosplay, concerts, comedy, of course. I'll be laughing. And Michael Grassia make his first appearance. He's going to be doing some interviews and some seminars and some panels and try and educate the teeming masses of wannabes how that our industry, the industry of art and music and entertainment, the creative arts, it's a place for everybody. Anybody can be part of it. I mean, that's the best part about it. You know, there's no restrictions except for an open mind.
No, and it's welcoming. It's a welcoming place. Let me just ask you too. So we got this weekend coming up. What is next for
April 8, 9, and 10? We're having the Music Con. It's going to be an actual, just like a Comic Con, but with music guests, music vendors, music programming, music careers in the creative arts. We have Cherie Curry from the Runaways, original lead singer of the Runaways. June Millington from Fanny, very first all-female rock band. We have Rex Smith, Confessions of a Teen Idol. Yep, from Gilbert and Sullivan's Pirates of Penzance with Kevin Kline and Linda Ronstadt to being #1 worldwide chart topping with You Take My Breath Away. He's going to be there all weekend. He's doing his Broadway show. He's cut it down to 50 minutes. It used to be 90, but he's 50 minutes, called Confessions of a Teen Idol. So it'll be on Saturday, on Sunday. He does this incredible show, multimedia, and he tells stories and he sings. It's going to be great. And Rex Smith is going to be there. June Millington from Fanny. They're showing the new documentary, just came out, called Fanny, The Right to Rock. It's a women's rights about women getting a good place in rock and roll. Of course, Cherie Curry's in there. Bonnie Raitt's in the film. So we're showing the film every day. We have a museum archive from David Bieber of New England pop culture and rock and roll memorabilia. Got a vendor's room full of guitars and amps and synthesizers and records and posters and memorabilia. You know, Vinny Appice from Black Sabbath, Jimmy Bell from Autograph, Sal Baglio, man, he's just one of the greatest singer-songwriters from the Stompers and now the current band Amplifier Heads. Is just unreal. John Butcher from John Butcher Axis will be here. Gary Hoey, great blues guitar player, rocker. Of course, Cowboy Mock Bell doing Karaoke with the Stars. And I think there's 20 more talent. There's live music all weekend on 2 stages. It's guaranteed not boring. Did I mention that? And free parking.
Hey, and you know, I just want to throw this out there too, because you know I mean, of course, this is gonna be a long shot, but you said Rex Smith is going to be there,
Yes,
which
he is.
It's cool because you know Marvel has this Doctor Strange movie coming out where the multiverse is opening, and you never know. Rex Smith was the very first actor to play Daredevil. So,
yes, he was.
Well, maybe.
And Street Hawk, you know, he's got a career. So, man, Rex is a really great guy. You'll have to come up and meet him. You'll have fun.
You know, I'm looking at the dates. Let me know. I might be able to come up there and give you a hand.
Yeah, April 8, 9, and 10. And then we're doing our July show, which is the High Life style show for people who live the high life. And then we've just added an October show. October 7, 8, and 9. It's going to be another music con.
Cool.
Another one. Jesus. So I mean, yeah, Boxborough, Massachusetts, folks. This is the place to be.
Center of the creative universe. Aloha, Tiff. I see you. Say hi. Tiff, you're listening.
Tiff, are you sharing us? Are you sharing this out? Is Tiff coming up to the Music Con to play her ukulele?
I offered her airfare, hotel, limousine, champagne. I don't know. She hasn't said yes yet.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm looking at right now at this music extravaganza. This looks awesome.
Thank you. Guaranteed, not boring.
Another guaranteed, not boring kind of thing. But and vinyl, you're gonna have vinyl up there, which is even cooler.
Oh, a ton of vinyl because vinyl's heavy and it weighs a ton.
Bump.
Thank you very much. Your lovely audience.
So, I mean, Grassia, do you have anything else that you want to know for Gary? I mean, look what you're in store for.
I don't have any questions right now. I'm looking forward to it more now than I did before, just after meeting you. I was excited the whole time since we set this up. Because
you thought you were going to a science experiment, but you're going to a circus.
Not boring.
Oh no, definitely not boring. I can tell that. I'm super excited. This is going to be a fun weekend.
Oh, so no, it's good. So again, for everybody, it's going to be at the Boxborough, Massachusetts. Was it the Regency
Convention Center, Regency Hotel and Convention Center, Boxborough, Massachusetts, right off of 495 near Route 2. Go to the website, necomiccons.com, and definitely look at everything that's going on. There's a nice schedule up so you can know when Michael will be doing his presentations, know where to be, when to be, what will be, and definitely come ready to be, because it's a bee thing.
And don't forget free parking.
Yes.
And guaranteed not boring.
Not boring. And you know, if you throw Grassia a couple of bucks, he'll sing with you.
Whoa!
No. I'm sorry, you guys. Nobody gets to hear this voice unless you're driving with me or
no.
you
Trust
live with
me, Michael. Trust me. They'll turn the volume up on everybody else.
So yeah, guys, this was fun tonight.
Yeah.
Go check out the Northeast Comic Con, the extravaganza, the party, the fun that it is. See Gary, see Michael Grassia and John Wesley Shipp, Tara Reid, just so many.
Clark, Vernon Wells, and of course Nicole Kang. Man, she's like a star on Batwoman. I don't know if you've seen Batwoman. She's Poison Ivy on that. Just saw the finale last week, and it was just great.
Good. I haven't watched that show yet, but you guys, I have not.
Slap you. It's very good.
Guy Gilchrist, Tim Jones, Keith Williams, who else?
Tim Clark. You know, we got so many great.
A lot
people.
of weirdos crammed into one space. Come on down and add to the weirdos.
Yes, it'll be a good time. So, guys, thank you so much for doing this tonight. We'll chat for a minute after we're off the air. But guys, go to Northeast Comic Con this weekend, Boxborough, Massachusetts. Go to the website, find a hotel nearby because it's sold out. Let's stay for the party.
Here's the deal. If you call the hotel and you say you want to go to the Comic-Con, you want a hotel room, they'll put you into their sister hotel about 8 minutes away. Every room night you book, you get a free weekend wristband. So you book 2 nights, you get 2 wristbands. Free. Did I mention free? Free wristbands, free weekend pass if you book into the hotel. So call the hotel directly. It's right on that website that he was pointed to with his giant fingers.
But yeah, you can't get a better deal than that. It's a great weekend.
Free parking.
Free parking and not boring. Guaranteed. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we will see you again soon. Gary, Michael Grassia, thank you for joining us tonight. Yes, and we'll see you guys there, and you guys just hang out for a sec.
No problem.
See you next time on IncrediChat.
See you later, guys.
And hold on.